All right, everybody, we're live for the first time. I now have 0 followers on Twitch, but I need 1,000 on YouTube before I can stream there. So right now I'm doing this on Twitch. I've never streamed before, so I'm just getting it out of my blood. I'm also experimenting on Theta TV, which is a crypto-based broadcaster streaming platform that I'm probably going to get into. It's not too popular right now. It is a little buggy, but I'm fucking around with that. But eventually I want to go on YouTube. So kick the damn like button or the subscribe button, and also hit those bell notifications, because a lot of my content I'm releasing kind of last minute, first edition minted NFTs. So a lot of my content's time sensitive. So I wouldn't give a shit about the bell notification or any of that. I hate it when YouTubers tell me what to do. I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life, but hit the notification button so that you can get in on these things early. So what I'm doing on today's stream is I'm just going to go through all of the UFC Fighter NFT releases, what they minted for, how many actually minted, how many got burned, what are the going prices, are they selling? None of these are actually officially sanctioned by the UFC yet. We're waiting for Dapper Labs to release the UFC NFT platform on Flow. That'll be like NBA Top Shots. But in the meantime, individual fighters have released their NFTs. And that's what we're going to go through right now. First things first, I got them all cataloged and updated in real time on my Instagram page, UFC Strike 1. So if you're interested in that, this is what it looks like. And it starts, I'm going to take this chat off because there's no one here. It starts with the original OG in the NFT place, Cris Cyborg, and then we get up to Ngannou, Khabib, Tony, and then Funky Ben. So we're going to go through them in this order from the first release to the latest release. So starting with Cris Cyborg. She released these. She was first. So March 17th, 2020. That was the first official UFC Fighter NFT release. Now there are a lot of NFT creators that are making UFC fighters. Some of them might have been released first, but as far as being official and released with that check mark, Cyborg was the first. So this shows you that this is like, she did it in 2020, almost a year before NFTs really became popular. So that's pretty crazy. Blew everyone away by a mile. It's too bad she got completely thumped out by Nunes. I mean, it's not too bad, but these NFTs would be worth a hell of a lot more if that didn't happen. She hasn't even fought since then. So let's have a look at them. She has, if we go into here, to her page, she released 2. So one was the Cyborg Ready, one was the Cyborg Victorious. The Cyborg Ready, she released 250 copies. They all sold out. They went for $10. Okay, so if we view these on the marketplace now, and this one's mine. I actually had to buy one of these because I wanted to qualify for the Eminem NFT limited edition mint, and that was a requirement. You had to buy an NFT previously on Nifty to combat the bots, to be eligible for that drop. So I picked Cyborg. I got edition 51 of 250 so that I was eligible for that drop. It's kind of expensive to buy Nifties here. I think the cheapest one was like $200. So it was a bunch of bullshit I didn't want. I wanted a UFC fighter. That's really all I'm collecting in the NFT space. That and Eminem, because I'm a fucking stan, all right? But yeah, I own this one. $600 I paid for it when it was originally minted for 10. Shows you how the value increases. I am one of the only buyers in all of this so far. So far I feel like a sucker, but we'll see on later dates, right? So if we look at what's selling, no one's really selling their Cyborg. If we look at what's actually on sale, and then we filter it from lowest price. So the cheapest one you can get is $620. And this is for 163 of 250. That makes my purchase of 51 at 600 bucks seem like a pretty good bargain, right? So if we look up here, last sold 600, that was me. And so the cheapest you can get right now is 620, and then the most expensive is just $1 million. Going through all these marketplaces, there's always going to be people a little out to lunch on their sales price, and then also fucking lowballers on the bidding. So we're never going to get around that. Looks like actually two of them. See, suddenly buying edition 51 for $600 when edition 223 is $1 million seems okay to me. Okay, so we're ranging between 620 bucks and $1 million. We're more along the lines of 350, 230. See, and then we start going down a bunch for 10,000, 5,000. All right. So that's the variation on the Cyborg Ready. Now, if we check out the other Cyborg, how many pages back do I go here? The other one is the Cyborg Victorious. And this one, there was only 10 editions minted at $500 an edition. So way more valuable. Let's see what it does. It doesn't even do anything. You can tell this is the OG NFT in the UFC space anyway. So let's see what the Victorious is going for nowadays. We look up here. Lowest or original listing 5, that's what it was minted for. Highest bid just over 6 grand, and it last sold for 10 grand. It was the last time someone actually bought it. So let's see what's left on sale. Oh, only one for $250,000. Edition 9 of 10 too. So this starts to show you how tough it would be to collect these after a while when there's only 10 editions. Keep that in mind later on in this stream when we start getting into some of the Tony Ferguson NFTs that are actually still available. Yeah, that's it for Cyborg. So let's see what we got next year. We're going to go into Ngannou, being released by Boss Logic, who's a complete pimp in the NFT space, mind you. I mean, look at these things. Excuse me. Okay, so the lowest one is the heavy. There's 6 remaining out of 96. I think what that means is that Boss Logic held on to 6 of them for reserve bidding. Like this one, for instance. This is edition 20 of 96. Boss Logic still owns it. And it's up for auction. So you can pick this up for just under 5 grand. Looks like these were offers for it. The highest offer being 29 days ago. So that's when this was released, was about a month ago. This is all still so new. If we look at the edition activity, so edition 1, you can pick up for over 13 grand. Scratchy throat. So if we look at this, this is edition 1 of the heavy. And when it shows a price here, that means this is kind of the expected price. It's like this creator accepts credit card or Ether. Look, this is me. I placed an offer immediately after minting, trying to get that number 1. Sometimes if people aren't collectors, they're just quick flip investors, and if they can make a couple $100, you know, sometimes they will. Sometimes you'll get lucky. At least I'm not this guy, you know, lowball in Lake 6. Probably a Takashi fan. So if we look at these edition, everyone's accepting offers, but when they have this number, you know, that's what they're expecting to sell it for. They probably won't sell it for any less than that, even though you can bid less than that. And sometimes you might get it. So we're ranging between, well, look at this guy's 136,000. That's probably the highest. So 136,000. Then let's see if we go to edition 96. Right up here, we got 30,000. Probably an out to lunch, though. Keep in mind that these were originally minted for $1,000. So I think the cheapest one, it's like $6,000. Right here, $2,000. See, you gotta look around. Like, this is 10. This is edition 10 for $2,000 when it was minted for 1. So it's essentially gonna just under 3 times. That wouldn't be bad. Looks like this guy's into CryptoPunk, so he's a quick flip investor. So you could pick up that one. This one's number 1. This is you always want number 1. Unless there's significant number factors that relate to the NFT. Sometimes humans create value out of that. You see that in NBA Top Shots a lot. But the next Ngannou one is the Uncrowned. 3 remaining. So Boss Logic still holding on to 3 of them. This is one, just under $6,000. He's got an offer of 5, so but nothing for 29 days. So these people aren't budging. Batman ain't budging on his 5G. Boss Logic ain't budging either. So if we look at the additions, so this one was all acquired for $1,800. So you can pick up edition 1 for, we don't know, just accepting offers. Looks like this guy wants $3,500. So it's all around $3,500. So they're just trying to 2x their investments. If we go to the last one, what's this one? Edition 81, 75,000. Again, you're always going to find these guys, especially when you hold the last card. It's not valuable. It's not like the first one. It's the last one. So here we got a 400, 4,000. So we can't even really average this. I'd average it around $5,000. But there's just so many high ones. It makes it hard. Remember, that's minted for $1,800. And then he released the Crown. And this sold out. So this was only going to become an NFT if Ngannou had won the UFC heavyweight title off of Miocic, which he did. So this got released, and looks like all editions got minted. So $6,500, and there was 11 of them total. So if we look at editions, and the only couple we can see here, we got 125,000 for number 3, and then that significantly drops to 40. We even got a 12 here, so it looks like 12 is your cheapest option if you wanted to purchase the Crown. And then a lot of people obviously aren't selling. Now the last one that Boss Logic made, this one made headlines. This was crazy. There was a bidding war on this that actually saw Ngannou get more than his UFC fight purse just off of this. I don't know if it was this or all of them combined. He made almost $500,000 on all of the NFTs combined. But this one, there was a war, okay? So Eggleston Emporium, this is the guy that actually won and currently holds that NFT. So we started at $40, and then we got off. So when Emporium entered, he entered with 40,000. Max Stealth came in a little bit, and then he tapped out at, looks like 260. Or no, Max Stealth tapped out at 90K. And then this is when Veridescami came in, and these two, they started bidding at $100,000, and Emporium closed in at 290,000 for this NFT. Wow. And that was just 29 days ago. And then you got little bitches like this who come in and offer $10. Bitch, he just paid 300K for that. You think he's gonna sell it to you for 10 bucks? Fuck out of here. So that's the one of one. Obviously, no one's made any bids on that since, but he is accepting offers. That's a badass NFT. I like that. I hope Boss Logic, I hope Dapper Labs reaches out to Boss Logic for NFTs in their space. This, he's got the African continent on the belt. Never noticed that before. Okay, so that's Ngannou. Moving on to Khabib. This one's interesting. All right, so Khabib has sold a lot of these. Let's just go right to, he's on OpenSea. I didn't have that one open right here. Okay, so let's start with the gold cards. If you click on the gold card, then you can click on a link here. See, this is where the listing reservations happen. If you reserved one of these cards and you were fortunate enough to be in line and you received an email with a link, that link will bring you to this page. And if this is you, this is how you buy it. You'll link your MetaMask up here, and that's how you will purchase this NFT. So the ones with these blue banners up here, those have been reserved but not sold yet. So if we click on this, we can see all of the gold cards that have been minted. Now this is interesting because we can see that there's only 186 cards minted, and Khabib used the number 29 because he's 29-0 for everything. That was the basis of this whole drop. 29 was the amount of cards minted as well as price. So for gold, he released 290 gold cards for 2,900 each, and as you can see, only 186 of them has been minted. So 290 minus 186, so we still have 104 cards that people have reserved that haven't paid for them yet. So if they don't, and they only have just under a day to buy those cards, if they don't, those of us who have picked up these cards, you know, the value is going to go up because there's no longer 290. They burn those cards. They're not for sale. They get rid of them. So there's 186 left. Now if we look at all of them and sort them from low to high on the marketplace, let's see what they're going for. So this one is, oh, that one's a bid. So the lowest price is just a bidding war still, but the actual for sale, $5,000, and that's for card 20. Oh, look at this. This is card 29. This is the card I tried to get. Oh, wow. And right now you can pick it up for under $5,000. It's less than $2,000 above original minting value, and it's card 29. 29 is the big number on this drop. This is interesting. Listen, if you guys have expendable cash, get to OpenSea, buy this card. This is a valuable card. This will make you money, guaranteed. Wow, I'm surprised. I wish I already hold the gold card, but it's number 51. Otherwise, I'd go for that. So other than that, yeah, and it said buy now. So I don't think you have to wait for the auction to even end. The real buy now prices start at $5,000 and end at $1 million. Again, $1 million for card 141. So then we're going down 142F, it's about 360,000, and then 300,000. Okay, so after the million, we're averaging at about 300, and down to 58. Okay, so from 4,000 to 300,000. That's about your range if you wanted to pick up a Khabib gold card on the P2P marketplace. All right, let's check out how the platinum card situation is going. Oh, that's at 29. Platinum. So he only released 29 platinum cards at 29,000 per card. Okay, this one again, someone had, so let's see how many of these have actually been minted out of 29. 19. So there's still 10 that haven't been purchased. So, you know, a third of these will be burned in the next hour if nobody purchases those. So again, the value of those cards, that people that did get the platinum cards, are going to skyrocket. Wow, I thought these, well, they all were reserved. That's why it was kind of funny they didn't just open it to the market. You had to get in early and reserve it. But let's see how many here. Oh my god. How about I put this into one message? So it starts, again, a bid. He's starting the bid at the original minting value. 4 days left. So the lowest you can buy a platinum card is $300,000 from 30,000. So the lowest is already 10x. That's crazy. And then if we head down the most, those aren't for sale. Let's just go like this. High to low. $500,000. Can't really see the edition numbers. They hide it. Oh, there it is. It's 24. 24 is the most. That's, I wonder where 29 is. 29 wouldn't be as valuable on this because it would be the last card in the pack. Maybe it would be. I don't know. Value only comes from what people are willing to pay for it, right? So it's hard to say. But yeah, we're looking at a bid for original minting value all the way up to 500K on the platinum cards. Okay, the last one, and this is huge. Don't go anywhere right now. You gotta watch this. So the diamond card is the 1-for-1, and Khabib put a reserve bid on that for 130 ETH, which is $290,000. Okay? So if we go to this page, crazy thing about this, and if you have deep pockets, get in here. We have 2 hours left in this auction. 2 hours, and there's only been 2 bids. Last one just came within the last hour. 2 hours ago. Okay, so we had a bid of 5.5 ETH. This is the thing that I learned from the Tony Ferguson 1-for-1 NFT, is you don't actually have to meet that reserve bid to pick it up. His was like 270,000, and someone ended up picking it up for one ETH, which is like 2,500 at the time. And he got that because he was the only bidder. I learned my lesson there. This can be picked up for far less than 290,000. Depends what the auction goes to. Of course, the last minute we could have a bidding war. But so far, there's been 2 bids, and it's sitting at $16,000. That's it. You get to meet. You can personally meet Khabib with the owner of this card, and he gives you gifts. Think about it. 19 people have already purchased the platinum card for 30 grand. This is half of that for the diamond card. If you can get this for anything under 300 grand, his reserve price, somebody's going to buy that off you. On my original YouTube video, I actually I tried for a Price is Right theme, where people can guess what they think that this will go for at the end, and I actually bid at 3.3 million, and every other bid was higher than that, and we're sitting at 16 grand with 2 hours to go. Are you fucking kidding me? Get in here at the end if you have this amount of expendable cash, and if you can pick this thing up for even 100 grand, like, you can flip this without a doubt. All right, this is insane. I'm gonna keep an eye on this and just watch it. I was gonna borrow money, from not a bank, from some sketchy people, but I didn't, because I would want to hang on to this as kind of a long-term investment. But even short-term, you can flip this. This is just bananas to me. Anyways, that's it for the Khabib section. Now moving on to Tony Ferguson, which is on Rarible. Tony released 4, and what's crazy about the Tony things is they're just not popular at all. So this one had 500 editions. Let's just open that in a new page. 500 editions released, and these ones only cost 30 bucks. And as you can see here, 487 of them are still available. And it's, I don't know the date, but this has been out a couple weeks at least, maybe even a month. So either people don't know about these or they're just not interested in Tony. I mean, come on, let's just have a quick look at Tony here. He came in, ran through 3 people, lost to Michael Johnson, and then he went on a 12-fight streak, just a boss. And those fights weren't even close. We had a couple decisions, 1 decision. Look at all the first rounders. Like, Tony's a pimp, man, let's be real. And then he lost to Gaethje, kind of got dominated to Gaethje. He had some crazy injuries throughout his career too, but I mean, it was Gaethje. He was the champ, and that's an understandable loss. He's a scary fighter, and Gaethje just went on to lose to Khabib just after that, and that's his only loss in a while. And then he lost to Charles Oliveira, who's now going to be fighting for the championship that Khabib has left. He's fighting Chandler here, and ironically, Tony's fighting on that card. He can come back, people. If you head over and get these NFTs from Tony, he could go on another run, and then people are going to come snatch these up. Right now, you can get edition 14 of 500 for 30 bucks. Come on, that's nothing. Hop on that shit. Show Tony some love. And this is his Snap Jitsu Contender. This one had 100 releases. 86 are still available. So again, you can get number 13. I think it's the same people probably that bought both of these. Let's look at the owners here. So this is me. So no one's selling, obviously, because original mints are still available. Tony didn't do what other people do. He's not burning copies that aren't purchased. So they're still up for sale. But yeah, for just 140 bucks, including your gas fees, you can pick up a 1 of 100 Snap Jitsu Contender. And then the other one is the Champ Shit Only. This is a good one. This only has 25, and there's still 10 left of 25. So as you can see in here, this is the first one I bought. Look at this. So Tony has 10 left. I got edition 2 of that. So I'm pumped about that. Even though there's still 10 available, like, this one actually comes with autographed merchandise from champshit.com. So I'm not sure if it's a shirt or what, but that's 60 bucks just to get a shirt, autograph, ups the value probably double, and then you also got an NFT. So this one's only $420 right now, including your F. yeah, I'm shocked. And then this last one by Tony is the one that was a learning experience for me about the whole auction situation, and that's his one of one. Yeah, this was a bidding war, and if we look down here at the history, you can see that he originally put it on sale for 100 ETH. What is that? 273,000 bucks. And then he dropped it to 73 ETH, which is just under 200,000 ETH at current market value. 270. Or sorry, 200. $200,000. Now, this is the crazy part, is this motherfucker right here picked it up for 1 WF, which is just wrapped ETH, which is a 1-for-1 ratio. So at the time of this purchase, I think ETH was at 2,600. So for this 200,000 list, or 270,000, whichever you want to choose, he listed that. This guy picked it up for 2,600 bucks because no one else bid on it. And I'm actually considering maybe putting a bid on that. But again, I'm broke. But if anything, that was a learning experience for me. This is why you can bid on the Khabib one right now. Under 2 hours, guys. By the time this video, well, it is streaming, but there's no one watching. I'm going to post this to YouTube as well. By that time, this should be about an hour and a half, maybe an hour. So you'll still have time to head over to that digital Khabib on OpenSea and see if you can't pick up that diamond card. I really hope one of my subscribers gets a diamond card and can talk about it in the comments section. That would be dope. You know, I'd love it if I was the guy that helped you out on that. All right, so that's Tony. Now, the last one we're going to get to is Funky Ben Askren. Now, these probably aren't going to be, you know, all that valuable. I love Ben. You know, he could have just stayed in wrestling and retired with a phenomenal record and just been the man, but he went outside his comfort zone. You know, he took a try at MMA, got shut the fuck down by Mastival, and that was insane. I was actually in Vegas at the MGM, or at the T-Mobile, and I watched that, and that's the fastest knockout in UFC history. I can't see anyone beating that. They ran at each other. I mean, Jorge took the second to shuffle to the side because he knew that, you know, Ben's natural instinct was to go for a shoot on that side. So he shuffled and then ran at him. Ben ran, went for the shoot, got kneed. That place blew up. That also broke the record for the highest decibel in a fight. And I can attest to that. I was there. It was crazy. Didn't work out so well for him at in MMA. Went to boxing. Obviously, that was, you could arguably say, just as bad. So these NFTs probably not that valuable. But let's have a look anyway. He did a bronze with 400 editions. And let's see how many minted. 168 editions of the 400 minted. What was he selling them for? So they're getting resold for $1,000 for edition 1. History. So these ones were minted for $100. And for edition 1, he's asking for 1,000. So he's trying to 10x. Understandable for edition 1. And the silver, we had 100 editions. And 61 of those minted. At 100 editions, those were purchased for $250. I don't know why this keeps... I don't like Crypto.com. Their NFT tab is just, it's shit. Let's look at the available editions. So for card 1, you're only looking at a 2x, unless you're one of these yahoos. So $500. You got some people who are just, again, you can't really find an average. Some people just throw their stuff up. Yeah, you're not going to get that. That's the silver. Let's check gold. So we're getting lower now. 25 editions minted. And, oh, that was, I think, all 25. Yeah, 25. So all of these ones were actually minted. Wow. And number 1 selling for $1,500. What was the minting value? $888 was the original minting value. Number 1 selling for $1,500. We can get it as low as, looks like $540. Look at this, for $600 you can get number 2. That's your best value right there. Nothing else is really even under 500, so that is Ben's gold. Now he threw out some platinums. 5 platinums he released. 3 of these got minted, and it looks like, so 2 of them got burned. 2 people aren't selling, and the only guy selling is selling for $8,400. $8,400, and he bought it at original mint price of $5,000. So he's only asking $3,400 more. Like I said, Ben NFTs, the funky NFTs, well, still a little bit of value. None of them have actually sold on the marketplace. And that actually goes for a lot of these pages that we've looked at. None of them are actually reselling, which is a little concerning, but you know, we're here early. This has only been going around for 2 months, Cyborg aside. We're all in this. We're getting the first editions, so people don't understand. I was involved in the Eminem NFT draw, and one of his open edition collectibles was, it looked like an action figure with accessories and a pack, and people bought it or didn't buy it, but no one understood like what an NFT was. And when they realized that it was just digital and you don't actually get that tangible item, oh, there's just a stink. No one knows what the fuck an NFT is. That's why that Saturday Night Live special was hilarious. What the hell is an NFT? It's true. And now for the last, the 1-of-1 edition. Again, Crypto.com's NFT tabs is shit. We don't know who bought this. We don't know what it was minted for. We don't know what the reserve bid was. We don't know anything, because whoever bought this, they don't have it up for sale, so that means none of the information is available. You know, Ben probably bought this himself, or maybe Jake bought it. You know what? Jake probably bought it just to bring up in the future or something. But yeah, we have no information on Funky's Facepalm Legendary. Okay, so that's it for that. There's only 5 fighters that have officially released NFTs so far. So there hasn't been a lot of resales, but a lot of these NFTs are holding their value. You know, they're all from 5 to 10xing, some of them 2. But we're also just getting started, and once UFC on Flow drops, that's going to be a whole other ball game. So that's why I want to start building a community. This is supposed to be released in Q4, according to Rohan, who's the co-founder of Dapper Labs. They also created NBA Top Shot. So, you know, we're going to see a lot of the same things in this UFC strike. Is what I what I think it's going to be called, the UFC on Flow. And that's why I want to build a community. So I have a Twitter page, Instagram, Facebook, but I also have communities in Reddit, Discord, Telegram. So join those channels, because as you can see from NBA Top Shots, sometimes you need to have a certain collection that you can trade in to get burned for special edition cards that aren't available in original minting packs. So that's why it's important to have, you know, a real OG community where we can trade those cards to each other and start getting these limited edition ones. Also, there's supposed to be like a gaming aspect where you can fight your NFTs and equip them with special abilities and attributes and punches, kind of like the UFC game. And maybe you'll be able to bet your NFTs, but the value should increase depending on your win-loss record. And maybe there'll be tournaments and belt holders. Who knows? UFC is going to take over this NFT space, and I'm fucking pumped for it. So join the communities and get involved. Let's start talking about this and getting our ideas out before this is released. Also, if you want to join my Patreon page, I've separated all of the membership levels into the weight classes, and they each come with all their own special perks. So if you get involved, the most is $67 per month for Champ, all benefits included. You get Discord benefits, general support, ad-free videos, blah, blah, blah. Head to the page if you want. I only have one subscriber right now, or one patron. We're just getting this thing started. But some of the perks I'm going to be giving my patrons. I'm working on these custom NFTs for each patron. And then you can get a jewel added for every month that you're a member. I'm going to have 6 on each side, 1 jewel for every month consecutively. And then once you hit a year, the jewels change to, haven't decided yet, but for a year, it's called the jewel. And right now, one of the perks of being a patron is once my YouTube channel reaches 1,000 subscribers, and I can stream from there, and I get 50 patrons, then one of those 50, draw, one of those 50 will get an official Conor McGregor club. So that's one of the benefits to becoming a patron. You can go to the page and check yourself. There's lots of benefits. If you do want to help support the channel, you can buy me a coffee at UFC Strike. It's actually buying me beer. I taste beer. But yeah, buy me a coffee. If not, whatever. I'm going to do this either way. I'm not trying to get your money. That's not what this is about. I want to build a community and get from you guys so that you can be early pioneers to this UFC. Start that, we have that opportunity. So let's utilize it. Alright, I'm going to end the stream. I think I had officially 0 viewers, but I recorded this. I'm going to post it to YouTube. And yeah, head over to this Twitch channel. This is going to be my last stream. I'm going to stream here until I get 1,000 subscribers, and I'll stream on YouTube. And I might also switch to Beta TV, because this is the whole crypto space. I'd like to, support crypto projects, obviously. Plus, I get paid for stream. So, alright. Thanks for coming out, nobody. See you guys on the next stream, hopefully.